because of my dinner. I was having my dinner
Mm-hmm.
at 7 o'clock.
What time is your dinner time?
It's vary from 6 to 7.
So early.
Yeah.
So when you have dinner at 6, don't you get hungry by the time you go to bed at 10?
So what actually happened that uh, I feel sleepy by the time of 9 o'clock or eight after 8:30. I feel really sleepy and I go to sleep. And that's a very bad thing because in night I have to study, and it just happened that it's really I got really sleepy and I just sleep, and then I wake up at 7 o'clock or something. Then I had to make a line for the washroom, to use washroom, and then go to college.
Simran, can you work on one thing? Is it something, do you realize it? Is it your weakness that when you're talking to people, you find it difficult to make an eye contact, or is it only here?
I guess,
You can
yeah,
start this
it is.
practice. You can start this practice right now, look into the camera, look at yourself, maybe look into the camera and talk, you know.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry,
Uh,
good evening, sir.
Good evening, Pankri. We are so used to meeting in the afternoon.
Yeah, actually.
So there is this girl, I think you saw her, Kushi, right, Pankri? People say she looks like you. I
Like
didn't,
me?
I don't, never felt that way.
Okay, maybe because we both wear glasses,
No,
maybe that's why.
half of the, population of the world wears glasses. They don't look identical.
Exactly point. I don't know. I mean, no, we both have very different face and features.
Still, quite a few people said, she looks like Pankri. She herself accepted she looks like you. I said, wow, she will be here in 10 minutes.
Okay.
She's a positive girl, she shows interest in learning what I'm teaching. And this is what you want from students, to appreciate what you're doing, trust you, and follow. She even asked me advice about how she should prepare her notes and stuff. And yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
She's
she
a
last time, like when I talked to her, she said that she's preparing for G, I guess.
cat.
CAT, okay. So how was your day? Exhausted? Busy?
Me? Not
Yeah.
really. When you have nice students and learning, teaching becomes just fun. So thankfully, all my classes in the afternoon are all fun. Even morning classes with children are all fun. So no, I may be a little physically tired, but that's all. It doesn't really make much of a difference unless it's been like 10 hours back to back.
Good to hear that.
I don't know if Rizvi is coming to the class. He only asks questions.
Yeah, actually. Like he was excited about this class and he was I don't know what had happened to him. Like after that debate thing, that little controversy thing that happened in the group, after that he is not showing up.
No, he told me that he is taking an exam or something. But I was expecting
Oh,
him today because of the question he asked. I thought he would be
yeah.
here.
Actually, two, three questions there are.
Yeah. And other people, where are the rest of them? Mukarram, Sahil is annoyed, and I'm annoyed with him. Okay, Sahil will watch this later. So, what exactly happened is the other day when I and Rizvi got into that argument where he and Sahil had that bad conversation. So he was here and he got so annoyed that he thought we were wasting time. He left the group and everything.
Okay.
Sahil, okay. I thought it was a little too much of a reaction for us. He shouldn't have reacted that way. I was annoyed. And then I didn't respond. I didn't say anything because I was annoyed. He didn't ask me. He didn't join back. Nothing. When I asked him, he says, you didn't add me. I said, when did I ask you to leave? That I will ask you to join? I got annoyed, Sometimes when you treat people like this, then they just take it for granted, okay? And that's not what I like, honestly. I will respect you. I will show you, respect because I want you to appreciate it, not take it for granted. You know how I treat my students mostly, just as an adult, take their opinion, take their situation into account, and then still, okay, so what? One day there was some situation in the group. You know what the situation was. Unnecessary conversation was in the group, and the teacher had the right to react to it. If the students didn't realize that it was their fault, it was my job to make them realize it. And you thought, oh, it was unnecessary, it was a waste of time. No, the world doesn't revolve around you. You think it is a waste of time, it won't be a waste of time just because you think so. What do these guys think? I can read his remark, Rizvi's remark. You are not good at cracking a gag just because of my WhatsApp status. Okay, I do that to, for my students as a teacher, right? Do you think what jokes I tell and I do in my private life, I'm gonna share with my students? On that basis, you will decide that what I share with you, whether I have this or that. Come on. Come on. You may think that you can share everything here in the group, but I don't think I should. After I'm a teacher, I have a private life. I have to keep it private. And I only share language jokes, where there you see wordplay. For example, the other day,
So like, yeah, I remember one, this lady's not giving birth to my child.
yeah,
That
that
was
kind of thing, okay? Just because I am a teacher of English, I'm telling people appreciate language jokes, it shows that you are improving. You can see the fun part, the joke here. A lot of people don't see the joke, all right, because either their language is not good or maybe they don't have a sense of humor, one of the two reasons. So lately, okay, I'm gonna share another, the guy comes to the girl and says, when is her birthday? Okay, the girl says March 1st. Okay, it is not a joke that can be told. It's a joke that can be depicted through pictures. Okay, I'm gonna share just a second. Status, status, status. I don't know why I have developed this habit of pronouncing status instead of status. And I'm going to post this here. Just a second. Photo. How far back do I need to go? So I don't know.
I don't think anyone gonna join today.
That's what I'm saying. It is gonna be you two, and Kushi will be
Yeah.
here in 5 minutes. She's gone to get her dinner because she realizes that she is not really ready for that cat preparation. She has a class roommate. She's also doing the same thing. She was a ICSE board student. Her English is much, much better. So she realizes that her job is gonna be hard, preparing for cat. A lot of students from small towns like Bihar Sharif, struggle just because of poor English. Because cat English is really difficult. Now,
So where is she from?
Yeah, she is originally from UP, but she's living in Delhi, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. Check my status now. Or do you think I should put this in the group here as well? Okay.
Okay.
You get
Okay.
it? You get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. When is your birthday? March 1st.
March 1st.
When is
The
your
boy started marching.
okay. So again, why would I put this kind of thing as my status? Just for my students. It's not really funny if you're not a language student. Why would you care about such a lame joke? It is a lame joke for those who are not language students. But those who are, they are, yes, March 1st. Okay, March 1st. So what are we studying here?
So we were reading that text,
Hmm,
Angulo Brothers.
okay, let's go.
Do you know gold price? Today's gold price?
Has it gone up a lot?
Yeah, it's all-time high. And at the 24 carat, 10
Wow.
grams is around 18,000 now.
80,000.
Yep.
Oh, wow. 80,000. 80,000. Wow. That's really high.
It is. And now the small shopkeepers are thinking that they should start a new business.
Oh, and why is that?
Because
Because when the price goes up, the orders are far and few between, right?
yeah, like if they have taken the order a few months ago, then they will sold those jewelries to the customers in less, like in by facing the loss. It's like I've taken an order few
Hmm.
months ago and the price was around 74 or 75,000 something. And now the rate is 80,000 and I'm buying that gold in 80,000 and giving that to the customer. So obviously
Yeah,
like
right.
many small shopkeepers do that.
But
So
Pankuri, it works both ways, doesn't it? For example, sometimes what happens when they take an order, the price falls. Okay. So
yeah,
the best thing is to book the gold when you have got the order, no? At that on the
that's
same day.
what most of the shopkeepers do,
Yes.
including me.
Yeah.
I mean, my
Yeah.
brother.
Exactly. I think I would like to do the same. If I have received an order at a certain rate, I would like to book the gold at the same price. What happens later, who knows? So it is like gambling if I'm waiting for a few
Yep,
days for the price to fall
can
down.
say that. Can say that.
Exactly. Okay. So we were here somewhere. He stayed for a week before being returned home. We discussed this being returned home. Why being returned home? Because he did not come home on his own. Means here, in terms of freedom, look, he had been accused of, there were police were involved in this matter, right? The police took him to the doctors, to the hospital. So obviously, he stayed there for a week before he was returned home. Before he was returned home. If I don't want to use being returned home, then I will say before he was returned home. Okay. If I don't want to say being returned home, what will I say? Before he
He
was
was
returned home.
returned home.
Yeah, Mukarram is back. I told Dad things were going to be different, says Mukunda. I told Dad things were going to be different. Not this kind of language, okay? Only students at the intermediate level can appreciate this. Things were going to be different. Now, things what depends on what the situation is, right? But imagine that you have been asked to do all the housework in a group of 4 or 5 friends, and you got really fed up, okay? And you said, look, things are going to be different now. Means you're not going to do what you have been doing, okay? You want everybody else to chip in and all. Hey, look, things are going to be different now, okay? So he's told Dad things were going to be different. He was angry, but he accepted it. What does that mean? He said, nah, we are not going to listen to you. We are not gonna. You can't lock us inside the house and leave. Things are going to be different now. He was angry, but he accepted it. I hope you appreciate this situation here and this language. Things were going to be different. Here, things means the arrangement that he had already made, that the kids would be at home, he would go out alone, locking them inside. So things were going to be different. Mukunda said, we are not going to take that anymore. Dressed in their reservoir dogs look. Again, capital. It's a movie thing, proper noun, clearly, everybody. Dressed in their reservoir dogs look. Which look? Reservoir dogs. All 6 began to go out on their own. All 6 began to go out alone. It was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle. It was on such a trip. In Hindi, what fits here? It was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle or Moselle. Yeah. It was on such a trip. What Hindi fits here? If you have to say this in Hindi, which Hindi do you think will sound more natural for this situation? It was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker XYZ. ऐसे ही
Here,
एक
here it refers to who, like they were on such a trip.
बेटा in Hindi we can simply say ऐसे ही एक trip पे, ऐसे ही एक trip पे. Okay, look, previously in the previous sentence we see that all 6 boys began to go out on their own, right? It was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle. ऐसे ही एक ट्रिप पे, ऐसे ही एक ट्रिप पे, मतलब जो बताया ना पीछे, that they all started going out on their own. So it was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle. ऐसे ही बाहर निकले हुए थे, इसी में से एक बार, ऐसे ही में एक बार they met, okay, documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle. It was on such a trip. It was on one of those trips. It was on one of those trips. Just a second. Next. It was on such a trip. आप लोग ऐसे कर सकते हैं. पहले let's talk about some situation. Plural. They all began to go out on their own. Clearly, it was not one trip they made. It was not just one trip they made. It was that there were multiple trips. Trips means they were going out here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
They were going out. Yeah. So it was on one of those trips that they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle. बता चुका हूँ. I have talked about cleft sentences. Cleft sentences के बारे में मैंने बात की है. Cleft sentences means जिसमें आप एक टुकड़े को आगे ले आते हो to make it more emphatic. जैसे
So could you explain it more, sir? Because
हाँ,
I
बता
wasn't in last class.
No, it was not in the last class that I explained. I've explained it earlier, okay, in some other courses maybe.
Okay.
cleft sentences. If I would like to take you to the elementary course where there was a sentence. We know that this guy, what was his name? He died. We say Murray, Simon Murray. Okay, Simon Murray with 3 jobs. Okay, after retiring from his as a soldier, he went and lived in Hong Kong. He went and lived in Hong Kong. And then the next sentence was, it was in Hong Kong that he started his business career. So Hong Kong was already mentioned here. Okay, it was in
Yeah.
Hong Kong
Before.
started his business career, और हांगकांग में ही उन्होंने अपना बिजनेस करियर स्टार्ट कर दिया. तो हिंदी में ही वर्ड डज द जॉब. हांगकांग में ही उन्होंने अपना बिजनेस करियर भी शुरू किया. ठीक है. सपोज बड़े होने के बाद आफ्टर 5-6 years somewhere you met a young boy on a train journey or somewhere who is talking about STC, जो STC के बारे में बात कर रहा हो कि अभी मैं ये करने वाला हूँ, ये करने वाले हूँ, और मैं इंग्लिश सीख रहा हूँ, लर्निंग इंग्लिश, आई एम गोइंग टू STC. STC, it was at STC that I learned English too. Okay, अभी आपने ऐसे क्यों बोला? इट वॉज एट STC, एम्फेसाइज करने के लिए हम भी STC में ही सीखे हैं. ओके, चाहे आप और भी सिचुएशन ला सकते हो जहां पर इस रिमेंबर यू आर यूजिंग a particular part of the sentence, you are bringing it to to the front of the sentence with it. Okay, it is, it was, and a particular part of the sentence to make it more emphatic. Is you're giving Joe's talk or you're giving a speech somewhere. Okay, chalo fir main STC ko leke aunga. Then I decided that my English was not very good, and somebody recommended STC to me, so I joined the classes there. It was at STC that I not only learned English, but I also started to think more logically about so many things. तो it was at STC करके क्या किया आपने? STC में ही मैंने ना सिर्फ इंग्लिश सीखी बल्कि तो any particular part of the sentence that you want to make more emphatic, you can bring it to the front of the sentence with it is. चलिए दिखाते हैं. I met her on Saturday. It was on Saturday that I met her. Okay, एक sentence है. I met her on Saturday. I met her on Saturday. Such a simple sentence.
I met her on Saturday. Yeah.
I met her on Saturday. Okay, I met her on a Saturday. Saturday को मिले. मान लो किसी ने गलती से समझ लिया फ्राइडे या किसी ने बोल दिया फ्राइडे, तो आपने बोला ना ना ना, इट वाज अ सैटरडे दैट वी मेट. ओके,
Yeah, it was a Saturday.
अंडरस्टैंड?
Definitely.
ये नॉट
Yes, sir.
फ्राइडे. तो एम्फेसाइज करने के लिए हम
It
लोग
was
ऐसा करते हैं.
Saturday.
ओके, इट वाज ऑन
To bring
सच अ ट्रिप दैट दे मेट. इट मींस अगर मैं इसको हटा दूं, एम्फेटिक नहीं रखूं, क्लेफ्ट सेंटेंस. क्लेफ्ट मतलब टूटा हुआ. क्लेफ्ट लिप्स समझते हो? क्लेफ्ट लिप्स वो कटा हुआ होता है यहाँ पे, क्लेफ्ट लिप्स.
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो क्लेफ्ट मतलब होता है जिसमें क्लीव हो, यानी कि कटान हो. ओके, लिटरल मीनिंग क्लीव का होता है कटान. ओके, तो क्लीव से क्लेफ्ट बना. क्लेफ्ट लिप्स मतलब ये होंठ कटे होते हैं कुछ लोग, है दे कांट दे अपर लिप. सो क्लेफ्ट सेंटेंस मतलब सेंटेंस को तोड़ा गया है, बीच से काटा गया है. अब चलिए समझते हैं कैसे काटते हैं क्लेफ्ट सेंटेंसेस. तो इसको ना बिना क्लेफ्ट के पहले बोलते हैं. Dressed in their reservoir dog's look, all 6 began to go out on their own. They met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle on one of those trips. Easy sentence, guys. They met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle on one of those trips. You got
One
it,
of
Pankaj?
those trips.
You got it, Mukarram?
Yes, sir, I got it.
It was on one of those trips. Sorry, मैंने ये नहीं बोलना चाह रहा था. They met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle on one of those trips. On one of those trips. Which trips?
Yeah, on one of
That we talked about.
those trips.
That they began to go out on their own. वो लोग अकेले अकेले बाहर निकलने लगे.
On
खुशी बेटा, first line, okay? All 6 began to go out on their own. वो सारे भाई अकेले अकेले बाहर निकलने लगे, 6 के 6. ठीक है. अब जब बाहर निकले तो ऐसे ही किसी समय on one of those trips they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Moselle और Moselle. ठीक है. अब ये तो सिंपल सेंटेंस हो गया, दे मेट डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म मेकर क्रिस्टल मसेले ऑन वन ऑफ दोज ट्रिप्स। लेकिन वन ऑफ दोज ट्रिप्स को हम आगे लेके आते हैं, इट वाज ऑन वन ऑफ दोज ट्रिप्स दैट दे मेट डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म मेकर क्रिस्टल मसेले। ओके, दूसरा एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, रोमांटिक एग्जाम्पल जिससे आप लोग ज्यादा रिलेट करते हो। आई फेल फॉर हर ब्यूटिफुल आईज, मुझे उसकी खूबसूरत आंखों से प्यार हो गया, राइट। आई फेल फॉर हर ब्यूटिफुल आईज, फॉल फॉर मतलब समझते हो ना, किसी से फॉल फॉर समथिंग, ओके।
Yeah.
आई फेल फॉर हर
Yeah.
ब्यूटिफुल आईज। अब इसको क्लेफ्ट सेंटेंस बनाना है, तो इसके आईज को एम्फेसाइज करना
they
चाहते हैं।
so to,
It was
can
her
I say
eyes.
that
Mm.
it was her eyes
That
which
I
made
fell for. It was her beautiful
or
eyes that I fell for.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
It
or
was
which
her
made
beautiful
me
eyes that I,
fell for her,
yeah, which made me fall for her. Okay. तो
fall
it
for
was
her.
her
Yeah.
beautiful eyes, इसको आगे ला करके क्या किया हमने, उसको एम्फेसाइज कर दिया कि उसकी आंखों से की वजह से ऐसा हुआ, उसकी आंखें इतनी खूबसूरत थी, राइट।
mm.
करेक्ट। ओके।
Yes, sir.
It was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker क्रिस्टल मसेले। तो ये एक लेफ्ट सेंटेंस को का आइडिया थोड़ा समझ में आया होगा। Okay. You guys will see a lot of examples, okay, where you will see a particular part of the sentence has been brought to the front of the sentence with it is or it was. Okay, listen. Her friends corrupted her mind. Her friends corrupted her mind. अब
Corrupted her
इसमें
mind.
कैसे, अब उसके उसके दोस्तों ने उसका दिमाग खराब किया, ठीक है। अब मुझे
Yeah,
उस
it was her
दोस्तों को
friend.
निकालना है, कैसे
It
इंग्लिश में कर
was
सकते
her friends
It
who
was her
corrupted her
friend.
mind.
Mm.
It was her friend that corrupted. Both the sentences are
That
the
corrupted
same.
her mind. Yeah.
Meaning is the same, but there is more emphasis on her friends when we use the emphatic, the cleft sentence. It was her friends that corrupted her mind.
Okay, so on the place of it, can we use like other pronoun like they were her
No,
friends?
no, 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 no. That's the point. That's the point, Pankuri. Good point. Okay. Because you are an adult learner, you naturally thought about it. Very good. I couldn't have thought of it. नहीं, ये नहीं हो सकता. Good point though. Because Pankri is a good student, she noticed कि ये तो friends तो plural है, तो दे क्यों नहीं? नहीं बेटा. Left sentences are made with it at the beginning. Okay? उस हिस्से को लेके आना है आपको आगे. It is, it was. Okay? अगर वही बात उस समय भी सोच सकते थे पंकड़ी, it was her beautiful eyes that I fell for. Right?
Yeah.
तो अभी फिर से समझाता हूं हिंदी से। इट मतलब ये वो चीज थी, यही वो मामला था, यही वो चीज थी, यही वो मामला था, यही वो वजह थी, ऐसे वाला मामला हो जाता है। इट वॉज हर फ्रेंड्स, इट वॉज हर फ्रेंड्स दैट करप्टेड हर माइंड, मीन्स आई एम टेकिंग ऑल द ब्लेम फ्रॉम हर ना, नॉट हर फॉल्ट। इट वॉज
Yeah,
हर
not her fault.
फ्रेंड्स
It
दैट
was her
करप्टेड,
friend.
not her parents, not her parents, not
Mm.
her teachers. It was her friends that corrupted her mind. Got it?
Yes, sir.
झगड़ा होता है तो नहीं बोलते
Actually,
हैं हम ही थे,
actually,
हम
sir,
थे
I
तुम्हारे
used it
साथ।
earlier, but I didn't know that it was a cleft sentence.
हम्म। हाँ, तो वो तो मुकरम, इट्स नेचुरल। इफ यू गाइस
Mm.
आर लर्निंग इंग्लिश natural way, then you can use things but you won't know what they're called, technical
Yeah.
names not know, so this is all right. But as long as you're comfortable with using the sentence pattern, you're fine, you're fine. Okay, so please pay attention whenever you come across such sentences. Take a look. It was on such a trip that they met documentary filmmaker Crystal Maselle. ऐसे ही एक ट्रिप पे उनकी मुलाकात हुई क्रिस्टल मसेले से, जो कि एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म मेकर है। Got it? It was on such a trip. We are not we are not supposed to talk to strangers. We are not supposed to talk to strangers. Yesterday in the song Kushi, how am I supposed to? गाना था ना, how am I supposed to? अब यहाँ देखना, we are not supposed to. Easy sentence. First, we are not supposed to talk to strangers. It means we should not talk to strangers, which is basically what it means. Okay, we are not supposed to talk to strangers means we should not talk to strangers. ये हम लोग से उम्मीद की जाती है, we are expected not to talk to strangers. चलिए, in traditional households, girls are supposed to do all the housework without expecting boys to participate. Now, in traditional households, girls are supposed to do all the housework without expecting boys to participate. Okay? Chalo, without complaining that the boys don't participate. In a
Yeah.
traditional household, girls are supposed to do all the housework without complaining why
Without
the boys
complaining.
don't participate. If a girl is doing all the housework and she's complaining that why does bhaiya not participate? No, you have no right to do that. You're a girl. In a traditional household, girls are supposed to, right? Teachers are not supposed to get angry when students ask questions. What do you guys say about the subject matter? Teachers are not supposed to get angry when the students ask questions about the subject matter. If they ask irrelevant questions, the teachers can get angry, no problems. But the teachers are not supposed to get angry when students ask questions related to the subject matter, to the lesson. So if you are supposed to do something, it means वो चीज आपको करने का एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है लोग, आपसे उम्मीद की जाती है कि आप करो. Okay? Another. We are not supposed to disrespect people's religious beliefs. We are not supposed to disrespect people's religious beliefs in the name of freedom of speech. कुछ लोग ऐसे लाइन बोलते हैं कि फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच के नाम पे आप थोड़ी ना दूसरों के ये रिलीजियस बिलीफ को हर्ट करिएगा, गलत बात है. You are not supposed to hurt people's religious beliefs in the name of freedom of speech. Are you guys comfortable with these sentences, or would you like me to make some easier sentences with
No,
suppose?
sir. Comfortable, sir.
In a traditional household, husbands are supposed to bring money and the wives
Yeah.
are supposed to do the housework.
Do the housework, obviously.
Supposed to से कुछ आइडिया लग रहा है क्या हो रहा है इसका मतलब? Traditionally, wives were supposed to live taking care of their children, her children, in the absence of the husband. But the
Yeah.
husbands were not supposed to do the same. It was okay for them to get married again and live another life with his new wife and all. Okay. So supposed to is clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you supposed to make a noise in the class?
No.
No, of course not. Okay, you're not supposed to make a noise when I'm not here, like that. Okay. So if you're supposed to do something, it means people expect you to do it. Is that all clear?
Yes, sir, it is.
And that's why in the song the boy says, how am I supposed to live without you? He's saying, how does anybody think that I will live without you? How I can live without you? How does anybody think that I can live without you? How am I supposed to live without you? Means I cannot live without you. That is what it means. How am I supposed to? Now, the husband said, make kheer, all right? And there is no rice, there is no milk, okay? And he did not send any money. Now the wife is
No.
annoyed. Now the wife is annoyed.
Yeah.
क्या मतलब होता है
How
खीर
am I
बनाओ, कैसे खीर
supposed to
बनाए, ना
make
दूध है
kheer?
ना दूध है ना चावल है, कैसे खीर बनाए, right? This is how she will be annoyed. What will she
Yeah.
say in English, Pankudi?
How am I supposed to make kheer when there's nothing, like when there's no ingredient?
Yeah, there is no milk, there is no rice. How am
Yeah.
I supposed to make kheer? Okay, got it. We are
Yeah.
not supposed to talk to strangers. ये सब सेंटेंस यूज करना शुरू करो दोस्तों, लड़के तो इम्प्रेस ऐसे ही होते रहेंगे आप लोग के इंग्लिश से, है ना? इंग्लिश से बिहारीपन आ जाता
English.
है. हाँ, इंग्लिश. ओके. Okay. Teachers are not supposed to make such silly mistakes. Teachers are not supposed to make such
Such silly mistakes.
Shall we move on?
Yes, of course.
We are not supposed to talk to strangers. Okay, I stopped a girl on the road, okay, and I tried to talk to her. She says this line, hey, we are not supposed to talk to strangers. Okay. We can also use the word allowed, okay?
Yeah, we are not allowed
Yeah.
to talk to the strangers.
But the nuance changes. So
Yeah.
the feeling
Yeah.
changes.
The feeling change.
The feeling changes. Okay. There is a subtle difference. When you say suppose, when you say allowed, something changes. Sometimes it's difficult to express these things. Okay. Kushi, you learned the word entity, right?
So,
I was talking after my conversation with you. I talked to my daughter, and we both agreed that when you are 20 plus, and for the first time you come across the word like entity, do you really understand the word? Let's try. So, Kushi, what is entity if you want to tell me in Hindi? No, just go on, off the top of your head. Yes.
So says muted.
Yeah.
sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
तो entity is like हमारे पास कोई चीज है उसके अलग कुछ something apart from the things we have.
Can I, if I say God is an entity, Kushi, how will you feel about this sentence?
Yeah, he is apart from us.
God is an entity, right?
Yeah.
Good that you understand. देखो भाई, अगर अगर खुशी अगर mature है वो handle कर लेती है. मैं बता रहा हूँ खुशी, to teach this word entity to someone like you, okay, 10 girls, 9 out of 10 will not be sure what entity is. It's an abstract idea, beta.
Yeah.
Okay. Government is an entity as well.
Yeah.
I need some water, Aditya.
Yes.
All right. Paradigm. What is a paradigm, Kushi?
I don't know. Yeah, I have different
It's a model. It's a
model
model.
of them.
Paradigm is a
Like
model.
somebody else.
एक word बोले तो model. Paradigm is a model. Okay.
Model. Yeah, model.
मॉडल ओके कोई चीज का मॉडल होता है पैराडाइम ओके ये ऐसे टर्म्स हैं these are terms which do not exist they are just in exist in ideas in mind okay these are abstract ideas guys and again they are difficult to learn ऐसे शब्द सीखने में टाइम लगता है we normally conceive these words if you look up in the dictionary you will find C1 C2 written next to them they are for
Sir,
advanced levels.
my teachers use this word daily classes. That's why I'm teaching about it.
Beta, I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand what you're saying. Pankuri, did you understand what she said, Mukarram?
No, sir. I
Beta,
couldn't
why don't you
hear it
borrow
clearly.
somebody's earphones, sweetie? Borrow somebody's earphones. Yeah, please.
So her room is very colorful, like the colorful curtains, colorful notes.
Yeah, she says that it's girls' hostel room, huh? So it,
Yeah.
Camouflage.
Typical girls hostel.
Carton. It makes her happy every day. That's you.
So what do you think? Bright colors would cheer us up?
I don't really know. Means I'm not very sure. I know one thing. When it's about color on your body, clothes that you wear, they certainly make it a certain, impression.
Yeah.
I
On
remember
someone.
yeah, I remember that I had a certain yellow shirt. Oh, it was a lucky shirt, not a lucky. Means I knew when I wore that shirt and blue trousers I had, okay, dark blue. Wherever
Oh,
I went, I made a very good impression because of the
yeah.
combination.
Yeah,
And
because of the combination, yes.
and people, maybe my personality also went with those things, I was a confident guy back then.
Yeah,
Um, you
like
know,
bright and
yeah,
positive. Like
flamboyant and all. Okay. So things were different. So maybe the colors have an impression, but not alone in combination with other things.
Yeah.
If you paint your room black, I'm not sure if it can cheer you up. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, certain colors definitely look easy on your eyes and it can change the way you think, maybe feel a little bit. I don't know.
feel Yeah,
Maybe.
especially
Depend.
for feeding.
Not in every situation, but maybe to a certain extent they can have an impact on you. Yes, Khushi. Now talk. Unmute yourself.
So where is she from, sir? Koshi?
UP.
Oh, UP.
Originally from UP. But she's living in Delhi, I think. Unmute yourself, Khushi. Yes. Can you hear us? Well, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. You're not
It's
audible.
not working.
Okay, do
Then
one
you
thing.
should change
Listen,
the
if you
microphone
have
settings.
inserted, no, if you are on your laptop, you need to go to the mic settings and change the settings there. You need to change the settings, beta. Go to the mic there and click the the arrow mark, okay, arrow mark or whatever mark that there is. Click that and go and change select the right microphone.
Yeah, there will be three, sir. Two for the internal and one for the external.
Okay. You can't.
Yeah, it is coming with a headset microphone with his company, sir. Whatever company say the again.
We can't hear you, Kushi. Okay, for the time being, you can write your questions to me and I will answer. Okay. Later we can sort this problem out. Okay. We are not supposed to talk to strangers, they told her. Okay, so this Crystal Masale was a female,
Yeah,
documentary filmmaker. We are
yeah.
not supposed to talk to strangers, they told her.
Hi.
So when she approached them, they said, we are not supposed to talk to strangers. Exactly my example. I said, no, that I will talk to a girl and she will say, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Shyly. Okay. When she, blushingly and shyly are different, guys. Understand? Please do not confuse shy and blush. Okay. So if somebody talks blushingly, okay, their cheeks are going red. Okay. And somebody is talking shyly, is not talking very confidently.
Yeah, very
Quiet,
confidently.
low tone. Okay. When she tried to talk to them, when she tried to talk to them, what was their response? We are not supposed to talk to strangers. However, they grew to trust her. Now learn this expression, grew to do something. When something happens slowly and slowly, you can use the phrase grow to do something. I grew, when I was a kid, I didn't like brinjals at all, but I grew to like it. Or I grew to like them.
I
Means,
could.
okay. However, this is why I'm a difficult teacher for some students. कुछ लोग मेरे से नहीं पढ़ सकते हैं, जिनको जल्दी जल्दी ढेर सारा इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेस करने का आदत नहीं बना ना, they can't learn with me, क्योंकि मैं वो नहीं हूं जो सेकंड 2G रफ्तार से 2 लाइन बताने वाला. आई एम नॉट वन ऑफ दोज पीपल. इट्स डिफिकल्ट. देखो मैं बता रहा हूं, मैंने अभी बताया grew to. Okay. Hey, I first tasted this, let's say I am drinking, a soup. Okay. So first I tried this soup last month. I didn't like it very much, but I grew to like it. Okay. I grew to like it.
I grew to like it. You grew to like it.
But
Slowly, you have started to
So
like
like
it.
I eventually liked it.
I grew, yeah, they grew to trust her. It means They began to trust her. If I remove the word grew, what can I put there? They began to
Yeah,
Trust her.
trust her.
so they eventually, yes, they eventually started trusting her. Okay, that's what happened. लेकिन grew up to do something is another phrase. उसमें up डाल दो ना, so it's a different thing. For example, I never knew that I was going to grow up to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, Pankuri, I remember when you were a small kid, I didn't know you would grow up to be such a pretty lady. Okay. You would grow up to be such a pretty lady. So I'm saying you would grow up to be. तो बड़े होकर के तुम ऐसे बन जाओगे, ये वाला हिंदी है इसमें, बड़े होके ऐसे बन जाओगे. One day, a boy, 19, 20 years of age, misbehaved with one of his family members. And the mother said, I didn't know you would grow up to be so indisciplined. You would grow up to be so, violent. तुम बड़े होके इतने violent हो जाओगे, तुम बड़े होकर के इतने indisciplined हो जाओगे. Grew up to be. वो कितना अलग है यहाँ grew up to, ठीक है?
Grow up, like another grow up is as I was growing up, or I realized that
हाँ हाँ, yes.
that is another
ये
thing.
ग्रो अप वही है, ये वही ग्रो अप है ना, बड़े होने वाला.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know you would grow up to hit your own father. I didn't know you would grow up to hit your own father. किसी ने कहा, I know it's a very touchy sentence, but anyways, just, so there are some bastards. Okay. So उसमें से मान लो किसी ने misbehave किया अपने ही पिता के साथ, तो पापा बहुत hurt होकर के ये लाइन बोल रहे हैं. I didn't know you would grow up to hit your own father. Okay, to misbehave with your own father. तो ये लाइन का मतलब समझ रहे हो आप क्या बोल रहा जा रहा है कि मुझे नहीं पता था कि तुम बड़े होकर अपने पिता के साथ ऐसे पेश आओगे, बड़े होकर के अपने पिता के साथ ऐसे पेश आओगे. I didn't know you would grow up to misbehave with your own father. Grow up to misbehave. यहाँ grow up to do something मतलब हो गया बड़े हो कैसा करोगे. यहाँ up नहीं है ना, तो यहाँ ये मामला अलग है. They grew to trust her. वो बड़े होकर नहीं, वो लोग धीरे धीरे उसको ट्रस्ट करने लगे. They grew to trust her. They grew to trust her. तो
They
ये
grew
होता है.
to trust him.
If you are, देखो, फाउंडेशन अच्छा है तो मेरी इंफॉर्मेशन बस आ जानी चाहिए आपके दिमाग में, जगह ले लेगी अपने आप. बट इफ यू डोंट हैव फाउंडेशन, देन द इंफॉर्मेशन आई शेयर, उसको याद करना, उसको फिर से बहुत मुश्किल होती है. दैट्स व्हाई दिस इंफॉर्मेशन एट दिस लेवल मेक्स बेटर सेंस देन एट द एलिमेंट्री लेवल, क्योंकि आपके पास उस समय फाउंडेशन बनाने का टाइम था, इस तरह की चीजों को जानने का नहीं. बेसिक स्टफ. They grew to trust her. However, they grew to trust her because of their shared love of films. और क्यों उसको वो trust करने लग गए? What played a role? What played a role here, guys? Why did
Their
they grow?
love for films.
Yeah, they both.
They both.
The boys and this woman. This was a filmmaker, documentary filmmaker. So they both had a common interest. What was their common interest? Films.
Films.
Yeah, because of their shared love of films. What a lovely phrase. Their shared love of films.
Their shared love of films.
So like shared love for films.
I was expecting.
Like so natural to hear this, or so natural to say
Yes,
this. Shared
exactly.
love for
Yes,
films.
exactly. Love for films, love of films. Okay. तो बेटा मैं यही बोल सकता हूँ सिर्फ कि sometimes you use multiple prepositions, not a big deal. Okay, it totally sounds right to me. Okay, and again, you're not going to be grammatically wrong because this preposition is not like random or something very different. It makes sense totally. Okay, this is also a common expression. Okay, shared love of films, their love of films. Okay, their love of films brought them to America. Okay, their love of films brought them to America.
America.
पहुंचे वो फिल्मों के चक्कर में.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually Crystal uncovered their incredible story, and eventually everybody knows finally, after all, okay, Crystal uncovered their incredible story. Uncovered. It was hidden. Nobody knew their story.
Yeah.
Only they knew. She uncovered their incredible story. Incredible means something that is ordinary or extraordinary, easy to believe or hard to believe.
Hard
Hard
to
to believe.
believe, something extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Incredible story.
Yeah.
If you describe me, sir, you are an incredible teacher. What does it mean? You are just giving me a positive compliment, nothing more. Okay? अब उसको literally कोई ना ले ले. Okay? Literally नहीं ले लेना है. Incredible can be used to appreciate something. Okay? Oh, that chicken curry was just incredible. Uncovered their incredible story, and the boys seeing it. अच्छा वो कुछ पूछा था ना रिजवी, बहुत परेशान होएगा वो, मतलब पर्सनली ले लेगा if I answer his question.
So the question was, I remember, when we moved to another country, we say moved to America, but in the last class you said moved into the Poland.
Into
You
Poland,
used
into Poland.
into, yeah,
यही तो पॉइंट है,
into Poland. Yeah.
यही तो पॉइंट है.
Poland.
अगर आप हिंदी इंग्लिश करते हो, then you never appreciate these things, okay? But when you appreciate the meaning of a word, to a place, into talks about inside movement inside. तो emphasize करने के लिए into मुंह से निकला, क्योंकि जिस जोन में मैं था उस समय मैंने यही बोला, emphasize करने के लिए. तो जब आप कहते हैं go to the office and go into the office, so what is the difference? Into emphasizes your movement in words, inside, right? When you go to the office, it's not that you have to stand outside. ऐसा नहीं है. Go to the office and wait for me. Okay? Right? Why are you standing here? Go into the office. So into the office emphasizes the movement inside. So there are some countries, you cannot enter those countries if you do not have an IELTS certificate. Okay? So the girls got IELTS band score 6 to get into Poland. To get into Poland, to go into Poland means to enter, because otherwise they would not be allowed. Okay? So it's just a simple thing. Into emphasizes the movement inside. And I used into. People say to because they're talking about to a place. But I emphasize that inward movement, and I said into, because into. What is into? So he questioned it. He questioned it because he's not thinking with an open mind. That into talks about movement inside. So if somebody else listens to it, somebody who is comfortable with English, they would not stop there. They would not stop there. They would have simply assume that the person wanted to emphasize that movement inside. That's it. To go into Poland, to get into Poland. If I say to get into India, there are lots of Rohingya Muslims waiting to get into India. What does that mean? To enter India, to get into India. Simple. If I say there are lots of Rohingya Muslims waiting to go to India, okay, but feel the difference. Feel the difference. To get into, enter, emphasis on that. To go to India, तो बस बात इंडिया आने की बात हो रही है. लेकिन there is more emphasis when we say get into India. Got it?
Like there are a lot of illegal ways to get into India.
Of course. Okay, this is a good sentence. You don't want to say there are a lot of illegal ways to go to India. Do you know what I mean? Because here focus is to enter. What a lovely sentence, Pankuri. There are a lot of illegal ways to get into India, to go into India. Okay? Exactly. Get into is more common than go into, of course. Means people use it more often. Okay? Can we move on? Oh, that was one of his questions. There was another question he asked.
It's in the group. Text message.
Let me go there. Intermediate. So it was Vinay sir's WhatsApp status. Sir, I would say you're not good at tracking a gag. Oh, thank you very much for your judgment. It means a lot to me. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Look at me dancing. Look at me dancing. Okay, look at me
Me
dancing. I'm
dancing.
dancing. Look at me. I'm dancing. So look at me dancing. Okay, look at me riding a horse. I'm riding a horse. Look at me. Okay, the focus is look at me. Dancing is not the main thing. I look at me. I'm doing it. Look at me. I'm doing it. Okay, look at my dancing. Look at my dancing. Now, as you see, my dancing. So, which is a noun? Me dancing, my dancing. My is a subject, possessive adjective. Everybody knows. Not everybody.
Yeah.
Kushi does that. Kushi beta तुम्हें नहीं पता ना? My is a subject, possessive adjective. My के बाद क्या आता है खुशी? What do we use after my? We always use a noun. You can never use anything other than a noun after my, your, his, because these are possession adjectives, possessive adjectives. After them, we always need a noun. So clearly, dancing is a noun, everybody. Noun equivalent. Noun equivalents are called gerund.
Gerund.
Gerunds.
The
So
gerund.
it's a gerund, easy. Look at me, I'm doing something. So this is a participle. It describes a person. Look at me, I'm dancing. Okay. So this dancing is a participle. This dancing is a gerund. Any
Gerund.
problems?
No.
Okay. No, he was gonna take it otherwise, if I hadn't answered those questions. He takes everything very personally. He's a very touchy
Yeah.
person.
Typical things
He's
for
very
business.
emotional guy. Very, very emotional.
He's gonna respond to all these comments when he watches. Trust me. He's not gonna let go of any of these. Now that I have said this, he might think of letting go. Okay. He will be totally trapped when he watches this. He will be annoyed. Sir has not left me on, whatever decision he makes, he will think that we are forcing him to make that decision.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whether he chooses to comment on what we said or he chooses to ignore, he will not feel he's doing it. He'll feel like we are making him do it.
Yeah, someone is controlling
Yeah. Okay. Seeing it as a way to get job. Okay, where was eventually Crystal uncovered this incredible story, and the boys, अगर यहाँ पर ध्यान देना, the boys के बाद तुम्हारा continuity यहाँ से है. Agreed. And pay attention to the pattern. After boys, there is a comma,
Yeah.
and there is something, and
Yeah,
Extra information.
there is a
in
comma. Yeah, extra
Yeah.
information. Exactly. So between two commas, there is usually extra information.
Extra
And
information.
sentence is here.
The boys agreed to work with her to
And
make
the
it.
boys agreed to work with her.
Yeah.
Why? ये mention किया गया है. Seeing
Seeing
it
it
as
it's a
get
way.
job in the film industry. They
Okay.
thought that अच्छा चलो ठीक है इससे तो हम लोग को काम मिल सकता है. Seeing it as a way, as an opportunity to get job way in the film industry. They agreed to work with her to make a documentary. So what was the boys' incentive? What was the boys' incentive? Why did they agree to work with her to make a documentary when they were
To get a job.
then?
Because they were seeing an opportunity to get into film world. Like
Yeah, exactly. They
Get
thought
job
that
in the
through
film
this,
industry.
finally they would have a job in the film industry.
They will be one of those their favorite character.
I felt I had discovered a lost tribe. They agreed to work. Agreed to do something is a nice expression. Agreed to work.
Yeah, agreed to.
Agreed to work. Okay. They agreed to work with her to make a documentary. I felt I had discovered a lost tribe. She's this is
I
hilarious.
lost a chance to say that.
Lost tribe, you understand, guys? A lost tribe. Okay, I felt
Yeah.
I had discovered a lost tribe. A producer friend named them the Wolf Pack. A producer friend named them the Wolf Pack.
The wolf pack.
Okay. Nowadays, the boys are living much more.
Much more in the real world.
The boys are living much more in the real world. Yes. Earlier, they were just learning about the world through movies. They have friends, and one has a girlfriend. Most have jobs.
Three
Three
of
of them
them
in
is
ministry. The two youngest have changed their name. The two
Eddie and
youngest, okay, have changed their names to Eddie and Glenn and want to be rock musicians.
wow.
What's your story? Bhagavan, Govinda, Narayana, Mukunda, Krishna, and Jagdish. Krishna and
Yes.
Jagdish have become Krishna and Jagdish have
Eddie,
Eddie
Eddie,
and
Ed,
and
Eddie
Glenn.
and Glenn.
So, but
yeah.
their names more sound like Indian names, but their parents are not from India. Like one is from Peru, one is from US, I think. Her
They
mother
were hippies.
is
They were
from,
hippies, right?
yeah,
Yeah, they were hippies. Yep.
So hippies travel a lot.
Yeah.
In Indian culture, Indian, especially Hindu mythology, a lot of people find it very fascinating. You see white
yeah,
people walking like sadhus on the Indian roads.
Yeah.
Lots of pretty foreign girls, European girls, as there in Vrindavan, singing, dancing. When you have no challenges in life, then this is what happens to you. You start to feel, you start to, start hard, you try harder to make sense of what it is life, which is actually senseless. People, you see, if you're in a struggle, if you're struggling to live your life, to do something, then your focus is on those things, your goals. But imagine everything is easy. Okay, you have everything going for you, and then you are a curious type of person. You're not somebody who likes this, everything is going good, in your life. Then you try and think more, and sometimes you go to different cultures, you explore different religions, different belief systems. This is typical, a lot of people do it. For them, it is a way to keep themselves distracted from the boredom. Done. What do we do next? What do you think, section? You want to respond to the questions, Pankri? Their lives are much more normal now. Yeah, that's true, right?
yeah,
Because
it's
now
true.
they are living more in the real world. One of
Yeah.
them has a girlfriend, right? Three of them
And
have
all of them
jobs.
have
They all go
jobs.
out. They all go out, most importantly.
Yeah, and
Crystal
live a
Masala
normal
heard
life.
about the boys, so she wanted to make a film about them. That's not true. Respond to this, Pankari. Crystal Masala heard about the boys, so she wanted to make a film about them.
For no, it's false. She like they met even like they met
One of
somehow,
yeah,
and
one of a trip.
yeah,
Hmm.
on one of their trip, the boys trip, they
Hmm.
met, and their shared love of films uh made them talk and get to know each other, and that's how Crystal Moselle discovered about their incredible story, and she decided to make a documentary on them.
Great. Mukunda escaped from the apartment in a frightening disguise. Nice expression. Disguise. Do you know what it means? Disguise.
To change, like I disguise myself as a boy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. When you disguise yourself, you change your appearance. Okay.
Okay.
So disguise is a verb and it is a
Yeah.
noun as well. Okay. A frightening disguise. In this expression, Kushibita, a frightening disguise. In this expression, disguise is a noun or a verb. Or you can't decide.
I'll decide.
No problem. A beautiful house. Okay. A beautiful house. Here, beautiful is an adjective and house is a noun. So in English, you will often see expressions of three words, phrases of three words, a or and an adjective and a noun. Take a look. A frightening disguise.
This one.
A beautiful house. So here the adjective is frightening. Frightening means something that scares you. A frightening film, a frightening experience, a frightening story. It means this experience, this film, they all scare you, okay? Frightening is a scary, something that scares you. Sir, put your frightening face off camera. Please turn your camera off. Got it? Frightening, scary. Marriage is a frightening experience, people.
You're saying this with your own experience.
And I'm saying it with a laughter. Uh,
I didn't.
I hear myself on the recording when the way I laugh. I am so embarrassed, you know. I wish I could change the way I laugh, guys. I laugh in so many different ways, and each one
It
of
is not only you, sir, who got embarrassed.
yeah.
It is not only you.
Most people, you know, don't like to hear themselves on the record, on the
Yeah.
tape, or what.
Except voice artists.
Maybe. So disguise is a noun here. I often disguise myself when I want to go to see her. Okay. I often disguise myself when I want to go to see her. So disguises change your appearance. In a frightening disguise, remember he put on a mask. It was a homemade mask, guys.
Homemade mask, yeah.
Okay, from a movie. So it was a
And
frightening disguise. Yeah. He escaped from the apartment. Yes, he did escape from the apartment because, you know, the father used to lock the house when he went out, but he managed to escape the apartment in a frightening disguise. Understood? From a very young age, they worried about being different from other people. Now they didn't.
course, yeah. Like when they got into their teenage, then they realized that they're living a totally different life from other people.
The boys learned only negative things about life from the films. No, they learned about life, love, friendship, family, everything from films. They didn't learn only negative things about life.
They
Oscar
learn
did-
about family from the Godfather movies, I think.
Yeah.
Have you watched, sir?
Like they learned about the human complexity and flaws, but they also learned the
Yes.
meaning
Exactly.
of love and friendship.
Exactly. So they did not learn only negative things, right? Oscar didn't have it. No, I haven't seen the movie Godfather. I have heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it. I
It
think
is,
I've seen
it
bits
is,
and parts.
yeah, it's a little slow.
Hmm.
You have to be patient.
Yeah. I like watching slow movies. It's not like that. But, you know,
Actually,
Hmm.
yes.
you go
So
on.
there's
Pankaj.
a movie, Gifted Hands, and I should
Gifted Hands.
like I recommend you, yeah, to watch that.
I recommend this
It's
film.
a
I recommend this film. Don't say
I
I recommend
recommend
you.
this.
Huh.
Okay, I recommend this movie to you.
Yeah. I highly recommend this film. Just that like this. I highly recommend this film like this.
Which film, Pankuri?
Gifted Hands. It's a biography of a neuroscientist, and it's actually
Okay.
very nice. Worth
Yeah.
watching.
Worth watching.
Oscar didn't have a job. He just looked after his family. You know, I don't know. I only watch movies to give my wife company. Okay, because alone I rarely watch a movie. Rarely. There was a time. Come again,
Then
Kushal?
you should watch Notebook, sir.
I
Notebook.
watch a
The
lot of
Hollywood Notebook, Mukarram, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, nice movie.
I'm not talking about the Bollywood. I haven't watched that film. Bollywood Notebook.
both Hollywood and Bollywood have made the film called Notebook.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Notebook is a Hollywood
But
film. It's
the
it's
Bollywood,
a original of
Hollywood one was good.
Mohabbat hai.
Hmm. Okay, maybe my wife is more into Hindi films, so when we get together, we usually watch Hindi movies together.
Okay.
We watched Sarfira, not a very interesting movie, but it was okay. After all,
Sarfira.
it was Akshay Kumar, and
Mhm.
he's my wife's favorite actor, so okay. I don't mind his comedy. I like him in comedy roles.
Akshay Kumar. Oh,
I like him in comedy roles mainly. Other roles. I'm not very fond of his other films.
yeah, he is coming very soon, sir, in Hera Fairy films.
Oh, and that film, Bhul Bhulaiya, he was
Bhool
exceptional
Bhulaiya,
in
yeah,
that.
the part one.
Mm. Yeah,
That
part
was
two was
extraordinary, sir.
absolutely, a big disappointment with
But
Kartik
th-
Aaryan.
but there is a coming, sir, part three, and there will be Madhuri and Vidya Balan,
And who will be there? Akshay Kumar or
Kartik,
same guy? Kartik.
Kartik
Kartik
Aaryan,
Aaryan.
Kartik Aaryan.
It
That's
is
good.
Kartik Aaryan.
Okay.
It is his time, sir.
His era, yeah, you can
Yeah,
say.
I know. He's very popular with girls and young boys as well. Oscar didn't have a job. He just looked after his family.
True,
Well, it's true that he didn't have a job.
because
Lived on,
his family
lived
lived
on
on wealth. It was
welfare money, welfare money.
welfare money.
Right.
Well,
So
Fairman,
the only thing he did was looked after his family. Yeah. And they met in New York, Oscar and Suzanne, where Oscar
no,
worked as a musician. That's not true.
No, no,
uh,
no.
they
Okay, no,
made,
it's false.
Met on on the trail too.
and
Machu
yeah,
Picchu ruins in Peru.
Machapuchi ruins, yeah, in Peru.
Exactly. So what do you think, section? Why do you think Oscar raised his sons the way he did? Very interesting discussion will take place. Okay. I'll put this in the group. Hopefully on Sunday, we will have a bigger group and more opinions will be there. Kushi, the pages are in the group. You are part of the group or not, Kushi? The intermediate part, the group? Okay, I'm gonna put you there and go through the text. And I would like to hear your opinion as well. Everybody, Mukarram, Pankuri, just be ready to express what you think because this is a good question. Why do you
Okay.
think Oscar raised his sons the way he did? Do you think the boys suffered as a result of their upbringing? Can you think of any advantages as well? Now, again, these are only questions based on your outlook. Okay. There will be some people who would like to, maybe sue the parents. Some people would go to the extent that they would think of suing the parents. They would think it was absolute, torture for the children, to be locked out of, out of touch with the world. And that's not done. On the other hand, some people will actually support the parents' decision, Oscar's decision, because they kind of share the same worldview with him. Okay. So obviously, depends on what you think. And we are going to have a really good debate because some people will definitely say that there were disadvantages, they suffered, and some people will say that there were advantages. Okay. Why do you think the youngest boys have changed their names?
Does
How
this
does this
connect
connect with the quote
with the
on page
quote
9?
on the
That's
page?
a good question. That's a good question. Why do you think the youngest boys have changed their names? Think about it. Okay. So whenever you discuss what do you think, you bring your worldly knowledge to the picture, right? You try and relate what you know about the world and the decisions made here. How do you think their upbringing will influence the way they bring up their children if they have them? Wow, lovely questions. So next class, when we meet, it's going to be a lot of conversation, guys. This, I think, if you want to discuss all these
Yes.
4 topics,
Could you, sir, explain the last question, sir?
how do you think their upbringing will influence? Influence means impact.
In fact, yeah, the way they bring up their
The way
children.
With
they bring
their
up their
children.
children, if they have them, if they decide to have children, do you think their upbringing will have any impact?
Oh,
Okay, because of
yes,
the
sir.
way they were brought up, they will bring up
Yeah, now I
a
understand,
certain
sir.
way. So we are going to have a lovely conversation, debate, discussion in our next class.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is your homework for the next class, guys. I hope you will read the text properly, think about, discuss things with a few people in your life, maybe,
Mhm.
so that you do not turn up, blank. Are these questions related to the blank? Yeah, yeah, of course, Kushi. They were all related to the paragraph, the text that we read. Okay. And I'm going to add you to the group so that you can read the text and then decide the answer to these questions. Again, your opinion, because the question is, what do you think?
Hmm. So we have some time left. Can we listen to a song?
Yeah, and I would like to just prepare you guys for the next lesson because the discussion will not last longer than half an hour. So what else are we gonna do?
There is a video, sir. We have to
Video we
watch a
will watch.
video.
Video we will watch, yes.
Okay.
My closest relative, listening section. I will put the audio in the group so that you guys come after listening. Discuss the statements in small groups. Are they true for your family? Mothers feel closer to their sons. Is it true in your family? Yes or no? Just let's
So
take yes or
sometimes I think
Yes,
it's
sir,
a
it is.
fact. It's not someone's
Mother
opinion. It's
feels
a fact.
closer to their sons.
It is the fact. Mothers feel closer to their sons. Okay.
No matter what I do for her, but no, at end of the day, it's their son.
Oh my goodness, Pankuri. My sister says something similar. Well, Kushi, do you think your mummy likes your brothers more than she loves you?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Mukarram,
Yes, sir.
your mom loves you more than she loves you. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mukarram. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
Universal truth,
Yes,
sir.
he loves us very, very much.
Yeah, she loved
And
you more.
I was the one.
You were her favorite.
Yeah, her favorite, but not
Uh,
in the childhood, sir.
after you grew up.
Yeah, because I started to take the things like financial things. I started to manage the house.
Responsibility, yeah?
Yeah,
I see.
and most of the time I spend my time with my mother.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. And when you were a kid, who was your mom's favorite anyway?
Um, I think Arslan. Yeah,
Okay.
he was not a typical boy. He was very, how could I say it?
Shy.
Not shy, sir. It's Ziddi.
Okay, stubborn, stubborn. Oh,
Yeah,
Stubborn.
he
stubborn.
was a stubborn, and whenever she went, she took him,
Wherever
and
she went.
yes, sir. And what I was told, and I bring you from the Rajgir. I brought you from the Rajgir.
I'm sorry? What?
It's like, in my childhood, I was told like I was not her child.
No.
Yeah, they brought me from the Rajgir. They were on a trip, and
Who told you
I
this? Who
actually,
told you
yeah,
this?
My brother has told me
everybody.
that they bring me
Everybody in
from
my
dustbin
family,
and
because I was
garbages.
that different. I didn't look like that, so I was different, very different.
So in my
Mhm.
case, what my family,
I
everyone
was,
have O plus O
I think
positive blood group, and mine one is O negative. So they're like, you're not part of it. Papa bring you from the
it's,
garbage. Like
it's a typical thing, sir, for Indians.
it
No, but
is.
I
It
want to
is.
ask Mukarram, who told you this, that you were, adopted?
My older sister, and my aunts and my uncles,
Right.
and
Did
yeah.
you, as a child, did you believe that perhaps they were telling the truth?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. That
And
can be.
actually, I told them, okay, I will be back to the Rajgir.
Okay. Uh,
But now
well,
I understand it was a typical thing
I
for the
had that.
Indian family.
I
Mm.
had that feeling. Not nobody told me that. I just thought that they were hiding it from me that I was adopted. You know,
I remember you said so in
Why do
elementary.
you think that? Like, why did
because
you?
my mom didn't really care much about me, and she cared more for
Yeah,
my
she
brother.
cared you, yeah, your brother. Yeah, you told us so in
Yes.
elementary. In And
Yesterday we were
that
having
time I wasn't able to express myself. That's why I was quiet.
okay, because you were at the elementary level, you were not capable of speaking much. Okay, good
Yeah.
to know. Good to know that you can express yourself better now.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, mothers feel closer to their sons. Mukarram, do you think your sisters would say the same thing that yes, mothers feel closer to their sons? They have this complaint that your mom
Yes, sir.
loved.
They
Okay.
have. They have.
So in everybody's house, we all have the same opinion. Personally, I don't know if mothers feel closer to their sons, but I would say my mom loved my brother more when he was a kid, but that's it. I mean, she loves us equally. Mm, I don't know. It's a bit difficult, to this.
Oh,
I don't think it is totally true in my family. My
the
mom
same
spent
thing to this.
my mom
Father
spends
feel closer.
yes, Kushi, go on.
Father feel closer to their daughter as well.
Fathers feels closer to their daughters. Well, I think this is a little true for me. I love Aditya too, but somewhere I think I'm closer to Aditi because they don't have this conflict, father and daughter. The conflict that father and son can have, they are both
Yeah.
men, they're both men. So
Yeah.
after a certain
Egoism.
different kind of conflict.
Yeah.
So I am a little closer to my daughter, and everybody would say that. Yeah, I have to accept that. That's true.
Actually, in my household, because my eldest brother have always lived, far from home. So, this is like how my mom grew this more soft corner for bhaiya, compared to both of us, like my bhaiya and me. So I guess
Obviously.
that's why.
What about your dad? Did he feel closer to you or to the sons? Or
I don't know. I don't
okay,
know.
okay, okay.
We three of us used to afraid of that.
Used to be afraid. Used to be
Used to
afraid.
be afraid of that.
One more small correction. Mine one is not correct English because mine is a pronoun. So you don't need another double pronoun. Mine one. Mine was a plus, a positive, b positive.
Okay,
Okay.
mine
Mine
was,
one.
yeah.
Not mine one. So Kushi, are you closer to your father? Is your father, does he love you more than he loves your brothers?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good for you. Good for you then. Mukarram, in your case, do you agree that your papa loves your sisters more than he loves you guys?
Yes. He does. Sir. Actually, we are not very close to our father.
You're not very close to your dad.
Not we are, sir. Not we are three brothers, and
Huh.
we are not very close to our father.
But the sisters are, your sisters are
Yeah.
close to you.
Yeah. My older sisters and my younger sisters.
Oh, that's lovely. It is totally true then,
Yeah.
for all of us, both these statements. The firstborn child is ambitious, responsible, dominant,
Mm.
and insecure.
And sir, responsible,
Yeah, responsible, because that's how our
ambitious too, and
society bring first child, like that's how
I
our
don't know, my
society
bhaiya will
prepare.
like this, but he is ambitious. I won't know responsible. Yeah, he's been actually. He's been. I can't be dishonest. Yeah, he's been responsible, dominant, and insecure 100%.
but my brother is not dominant, sir.
Okay. Yeah. But he would say, I'm dominant. He would not agree with that. Trust me. If he gets to hear this, he will say, what nonsense. I'm dominant. You are dominating everybody all the time, and you're calling me dominant. He would not take it. I'm telling you. Okay. But I think it is true. The firstborn child, and in my family also, it is true. But Mukarram, if you talk about Shahid is the older one, but I don't think he is very responsible and dominant and ambitious. I think Sahil is more ambitious. He is more
Yeah.
responsible. I think,
Yeah,
again,
he is, sir.
he would say, sir, you
Actually,
think,
he is, sir. He is responsible and ambitious. Now, Said has taken a step that he has gone to Dubai and has started earning.
who? Shahid.
Shahid, yes,
Shahid.
Shahid.
What is he doing there?
I don't know.
Okay. The second child is free, independent, creative, and easygoing.
Yeah,
I'm the
I
second
agree.
child,
Yeah,
free,
I
independent.
agree.
I am not sure about creative, but very easygoing. Nothing matters to me. Yaar, kuch bhi, chalta hai. I said, hey, sir, turn off your camera. I don't want to see your frightening face. I'm saying this about myself. So you can understand that, you see. So I'm very easygoing, I believe. But yeah, I have a very poor tolerance for stupidity. That's my only problem, I can't handle stupid people. I lose my temper very easily because these stupid people actually don't accept that they're stupid. They
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing, sir. They
some
think they are smart.
They think they are the smartest, not only
Yeah,
smart.
exactly.
smartest, yeah.
Somebody
And
said,
the moment I understand they are stupid, I stop speaking anything in front of them. I just start listening. Yeah, you are smart. What's your opinion?
can't
Then I
handle.
smell. Yeah, then I smell
I wish I
and
was cool
just
like
walk
you.
away. And just
No,
walk away.
I can't. You see, somebody has said being stupid is like being dead. Only others notice it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
someone
won't know.
very smart person.
Okay. The last born child is I'm not very creative. I don't think I'm very creative. I don't want to take credit for something I'm not. But I'm definitely free, independent, and very easygoing. And you must have noticed that. But
Yeah,
creative, that's debatable. The last born child is the baby, spoiled, happy, confident, and secure. Hmm. Well, don't know.
So,
In
well,
my family, we don't have.
I
Go on.
am the last one in my
You're not
family,
a
and I
spoiled.
don't think.
I can vouch for that. You're not a spoiled. Okay.
Yeah.
And confident, you seem confident. Okay. But I know sometimes you feel that way, but that's normal. But you are pretty confident and secure in your place, I think, Pankuri.
Yeah.
But you're not spoiled.
Thanks to my mom.
Okay. Mukarram, what do you think?
yes. In my family, the last one child is not a spoiled, and she's very happy, sir. And she's the younger sister, and she's very confident too. And I can say she's secure.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Kushi, who is the youngest in your family? The last born child in your family?
My brother is
Your brother.
very spoiled.
Very spoiled. How old is he?
He is 18 or 18.
18.
Hey,
Yeah.
18. 18.
usually it's a last born child, boy is a spoiled son.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
boys are
everybody
small.
thinks of them, they're babies, no expectations, no responsibilities on them. Is he happy, confident, and secure as well?
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. So I'm gonna put 1.9 in the group. You guys will listen and do this exercise. Other than what do you think section? What do you think section is about? Making up your mind, what you have to
Yeah.
believe, what you think there. So fine. This is time
Yeah.
for us to wrap up. I need to share 1.9, the audio file. 1.9. Okay.
Sir, is the class recording is available on the YouTube?
Yeah, it is. I put it.
Okay.
So
Sir, please
um,
add me in the group.
I'm going to add you to the group, Kushi, and let's meet on Sunday for this class, and we will meet tomorrow for our pre-intermediate class, Kushi. So let's say good night, everybody. Pankuri,
Bye, sir.
Mukarram,
Bye, sir.
bye.
Good night,
Good
sir.
night, sir.
Bye. Sleep well, everybody.